rolling?
Yes,
Ready to go?
we're ready.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Iona.
Good morning.
Okay, we'll start off with public comment. See any- No public comment this time? No. Alrighty, we'll move on to item A2, announcement of items to be discussed in closed session.
The board will meet in closed session for conference with legal counsel regarding significant exposure to litigation pursuant to subdivision E2 of Government Code 54956.93 items. They will also meet in closed session for conference with legal counsel regarding existing litigation pursuant to Government Code 54956.9, Grace Foundation of Northern California versus Wells Fargo Bank et al., case number 302012006128863, CURC CJC. They will also meet in closed session regarding conference with labor negotiator Richard Egan. May include the following bargaining units: Lassen County Road Workers Association, Lassen County Management Association. The board will also convene in closed session at 1:30 this afternoon for a public employee employment pursuant to subdivision E, Government Code Section 54954.5, position being Director of Child Support Services.
Okay, thank you. All right, so with that, we'll go into closed session. Back to order, and we will begin with the pledge.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Almighty God, we pray this day for your ever-enduring guidance. We ask you to cloak us in wisdom and fortitude, that we may disperse our knowledge and facts intelligently among all humanity of whom we serve. Amen. Okay, welcome everyone to our meeting. We will take up item B1, announcement of items discussed in closed session.
The board met in closed session to discuss significant exposure to litigation. There were 3 cases, no reportable action. The board deferred until later in the meeting, remaining closed session, conference with legal counsel regarding the Grace Foundation, public employee employment, and labor negotiations.
Thank you. Item B2, agenda approval, additions and/or deletions.
Mr. Chairman, some weeks ago, this board asked me to make a presentation to it related to its obligation related to letting taxes for the Water Master Service fee area. The memo was lodged and an item was added to today's agenda for that purpose. And in the meantime, an invitation was sent by the administration to members of the RCD to attend today to discuss the issue. And then I received a request by them to postpone this item to a date, I believe, in August, after they have some meetings at the RCD to be able to deal with some of the issues associated with it. My response to the RCD was I would inform this board of the request to delay the agenda item, but that it remains as scheduled because of the time component associated with the August 15 requirements under the law to levy taxes and notification of the auditor. So with that, it's your prerogative.
Well, I think in the past, when we've noticed things, we've always given the public an opportunity to take up the issue. We could also put it on again, how we can.
I certainly, I indicated to the individual at the RCD that asked for the postponement that This was agendized for today so that this board could deal with any issues that it felt like it had in a time before the August process. I think Supervisor Chapman in particular was interested in dealing with this beforehand rather than in the past.
Yeah.
Well,
It occurred later.
there is a calendar of timeframes that need to be adhered to by the agencies that utilize or access the tax roll. So the last 2 years, the complaint that came to the board came to us after those deadlines had been met and passed. And so we were at a disadvantage of addressing the issue because there was no remedy. So my only concern is that we, not put ourselves in that same position. If there's a legitimate complaint that's brought forth by someone, let's try to resolve it or address it in a timely fashion. At least gives the opportunity for us to get input rather than it being a fait accompli.
The RCD board, has also been aware for several weeks of this, so if they're not prepared for today, it's nobody's fault but their own. So.
Very
I
good.
think the first meeting in August is still before that deadline.
The
So-
12th.
The 12th.
Yeah, so.
Close.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
At least it's prior to, not a month later or 2 months later.
All I wanted to tell is we're under the section agenda approval additions or deletions was if you wanted to remove it from today's agenda and put it off to either next Tuesday, which is the next regular meeting, or the next regular meeting after that, which would be the 12th. Of course, that would be your choice. But I left it where it was for today based on Supervisor Chapman's request to deal with it basically as promptly as possible.
I'd be in favor of hearing it today, and if the board would like, we could also put it back on for next week.
Do we have an upcoming audit on them, on the RCD?
I
Is there one
believe they're
due?
in the process of,
What was the question?
Upcoming audit on RCD?
The county doesn't do an audit, but they do have their own audit.
Okay, and there's a board member here, and I do believe you have one upcoming?
A draft of the audit should be available today.
Today?
Today.
It seems like a lot of the controversy surrounds the audit process, and maybe with a little more information, we can make a more solid decision.
And yet that is not on the agenda for today. The issue simply was, what role does this board have associated with the levying of taxes?
I'd like to leave, I propose we leave it on, and we could also put it on again for a future meeting.
Okay.
Also, I'd like to ask if we could have item H1 pulled, put on there. My intent for that discussion was to do it at the time when we have our regular budget, and we're dealing with the budget, so if that could be scheduled to be simultaneous when the budget comes to the,
okay. I'm sorry, I misunderstood that. I'll
Yeah.
agendize it
I
on
was
this.
surprised to see that, and it's actually, I want to talk about the policy of how the cost allocation plans apply, so if we could continue that to when we're dealing with the actual budget and the ties to the
If you want, we'll just pull the item and I'll re-agendize it at the time of the budget.
budget. Right. That would be my request, thank you.
Okay, so, with that information, is there a motion to approve? Okay, it's been moved and seconded, all those in favor say aye.
All right.
Chair votes aye. Alrighty, we'll move on to D3. This is the public comment portion of the meeting. If you're here to speak on a certain agendized item, you'll have the opportunity to do so when we take the item up. Or if you just have something other to say, feel free. This would be your opportunity to address the board now on any items you wish. I don't have any speaker cards, but if somebody's here from the public that would like to go under public comment, you just raise your hand and come talk. Right. Seeing none, we'll take up our unagendized board reports. We'll start off with Supervisor Chapman.
I have nothing, Mr. Chairman.
Aaron?
We had a Lassen Transit meeting yesterday that Jim and I both attended to. Wasn't too much going on. They do expect the new buses at the end of this month. They have the new buses in route. The fair is going to be going on this week. I will be leading the board meeting at noon today. So I have to go home get the animals and get them brought back here so they're here by 5 p.m. So, and then I'll be ready. Or not, that's it.
Supervisor Hammond?
I have nothing today.
Supervisor File?
Yes, NorCal EMS, we met conference call, and it was pretty much a housekeeping issue. I did bring up the idea about the north part of the county, if it would be a good financial stable idea to, include them in the new EOA coming out, the exclusive operating area. It seems that the talk is there's nobody there's not enough calls up there to support an ambulance. It takes, I don't have the number of calls it takes to support an ambulance, but there's not even, short calls to support it. So they probably would not be interested, anybody in putting an ambulance up there. It was asked to be included back when it was first put together years ago, and North County did not want to be included at that time. And then, of course, recently we had an election up there, and the people voted it down. People wanted to. So, they are covered, and that's the county has to be sure every area in the county is covered, and they are covered by 2 different ambulances. The problem is it's a long time period before they get there. But at this point, we're not seeing much interest in anybody willing to stick an ambulance up there. It's just not cost effective.
And tie into that, Bob, the working group up there, they're looking at putting it back on the ballot again in November, and so it might be coming back to us again.
Yeah, maybe they need to do a different means of advertising or marketing or something of that sort. It's hard to get somebody to, basically, if the new contract RFP that goes out, pretty much nobody's gonna bid on that unless the county subsidizes the cost of putting an ambulance up there, which could be several $100,000.
It'd probably be a couple $100,000.
And I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think Lassen County has a couple $100,000 to subsidize an ambulance for an area of people at $65 a year loaded down. We also had a Eagle Lake interagency, which was not a lot of people at a pretty quiet meeting. The lake is at 5,094 feet elevation, probably one of the lowest in the years. The low water ramp there at the south end is still working. It's the only ramp available to the lake at this point. The Forest Service put by jobs in there. Give you some ideas of the depth. The north end is 2.5 feet deep. The center is 5 feet deep. And then the south end is 46 feet deep. On the Eagle Lake trout, there's a conservation strategy for the Eagle Lake fish being put together. It would hope that strategy would eliminate the fish being listed. And that's about all I have to sage grouse, draft EIS. They're also putting together a conservation strategy for the sage grouse, which would hopefully eliminate the lifting of bid in that area also. And that's all.
Thank you, Bob. Okay, I have nothing to report, so thank you guys for that. So we'll move on to our consent calendar. I'd like to request that G1 be removed. Is there anything else for separate consideration? Okay.
I got one.
I realize our discretionary funds have all been exhausted until the new budget, but Lake Forest Neighborhood Watch Association wanted me to announce that they would like $600 of my discretionary funds when we get the budget passed. So they're really active up there working with the sheriff to get the program put together. I've been working with Darryl Foster on that. So I told him I would announce it today.
Yeah, G3, please.
Okay, so we'll take up G1, the minutes. There was just a typo they have. Okay, looking for a motion to pass the balance of the consent agenda. Okay, it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Okay, G1 is the minutes. There's just a discrepancy. I was absent that day, which the minutes all do reflect, but on the first
I see that.
paragraph, it shows me as being present as well. So
Thank
just
you.
need to change that. But that was it, so. I'll obviously have to abstain from it, but looking for a motion to. Okay. Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And I'll abstain. Okay, item G3, did you say?
Yeah, I just have a question for John. John, are you guys working with Plymouth County on this microwave stuff?
John Mino, Undersheriff. This is one of a number of different radio projects we have going on, Tom. This one in particular is not, doesn't link or tie us to Plymouth in any way. We have a separate project with Plymouth where we're working to try and link the two 911 centers to try and gain some redundancy to help us deal with when we have huge overflows of work or when they do. But that's separate and distinct. What this does specifically is it controls, our actual radio lives on the top of Schaefer Mountain.
Right.
So to get the signal out of this bowl, we have to beam it there on the microwave, and once it hits Schaefer, then you can see all the other mountaintops across the county. So it can relay it to everywhere from Seven Lakes to Likely to Widow Mountain to you name it.
So it wouldn't, I don't know, that's just me thinking, wouldn't it be good to involve Plymouth County in this project? I mean,
Well, so we can communicate with Plymouth, we share frequencies, we can talk back and forth with them. We're working on a project on Black Mountain down in Milford right now to try and share some of the resources there. But either way, completely independent of Plymouth, we have to have the ability to talk. This county, it's just challenged. It's mountainous and it's expansive. So, but we're working on a couple of joint things with them. But this one is not. This one actually is exclusively to run our radio.
my only question.
Okay, thanks. Is there any other questions on this item? All right, if not, I'm looking for a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion to approve.
Moved and seconded by Supervisor Pyle. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. All right, that takes care of the consent calendar, so we'll move on to item D2, the 10 o'clock time certain. Proclamation recognizing Kathy Bearden on her retirement from Lassen County.
We're sending her to death row.
So I guess the formalities will be first to adopt the proclamation. Okay, the move and second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. I believe we have proclamations for these. Is there any, well, we'll take care of the proclamation and we'll chime in from the board members. Thank you. Hi, how are you? Okay. Proclamation in honor of Kathy Dearden on her retirement from the Department of Health and Social Services. Whereas Kathy Dearden began her employment in July of 2001 with the Planning Department, but her real adventure as a Lassen County employee began in February 2004, when she joined Health and Social Services as Kevin Manel's Administrative Secretary, a position she held until her retirement on August 9, 2014. Kathy managed and coordinated all HSS personnel actions, except for social services, from recruitment to interviews to background checks to payroll action forms to orientation and evaluations, making sure every I was dotted and T crossed before sending everything along to county personnel. She took care of all those details that are so essential to the smooth operation of a large and varied department, and was responsible for facilities management, central department communications, monitoring alarm activity, participating in safety committee activities, maintaining department policies and procedures and forms, and a myriad of other assignments. She was also an active member of the HSS Quality Council, contributing administrative support, practical knowledge, and the agency big picture view, and the font never gets bigger. Whereas Kathy Dearden, with her background in managing IT projects, her talents were quickly put to the test. One of her masterpieces is a spreadsheet she used to keep track of more than 150 HSS contracts and MOUs. If you wanted to know the present status of an HSS agreement, she could tell you. Kathy handled all tasks with a high degree of professionalism. She could always be counted on to get the job done and do so timely, accurately, with discretion and a sense of humor. And whereas Kathy Dearden has enormous compassion and respect for all people the department serves. She is an active member of the National Alliance for the Mentally Ill and is always willing to offer a friendly smile and encouragement wherever they're needed. Family and friends are Kathy's priority, and she's hoping to spend more time with her sons and grandchildren, her siblings, and close friends in retirement. But she also wants to travel and go on more adventures. She doesn't mind rustic settings and is up for almost anything. In her recent fly fishing trip to Patagonia, region of Chile, is up for almost anything like her recent fly fishing trip to the Patagonia region of Chile. Congrats, sounds. How was the fishing? That's good. Good. It's a long way to go to get skunked. Kathy is well known for her awesome fashion sense, looking like she stepped out of a magazine. Her shoes, colorful accessories, and matching purses are the envy of co-workers that want to have her style and grace when they grow up. Kathy's friendly good cheer and solid work ethic make her an invaluable employee to Health and Social Services and to Lassen County. She will be missed, and we wish her the very best retirement has to offer. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Supervisors of the County of Lassen that Kathy Dearden be commended for 13 years of service to the citizens of Lassen County, and that the Board of Supervisors wishes her well for many years to come. The foregoing proclamation was adopted at a regular meeting of the Board of Supervisors, County of Lassen, State of California, held on the 15th day of July, 2014, at Susanville, California. Congratulations. Okay, yeah. Is there anyone that has any jokes?
Well, I'm going to really miss everybody. It's been awesome working with the entire team, and especially Mal and the leadership staff. So many good memories and good friends. Thanks.
Congrats, yeah.
I'd like to say something before you sit down. In more than 30 years working in human services, it wasn't until I succeeded to Kevin Mall's old position that I actually had a secretary. It's awesome. I highly recommend it for everybody, especially one as great as Kathy. But I don't think it dawned on either one of us till this morning that this is really going to happen. I feel like my right arm is being ripped off, and I know it's going to be replaced, but it's not going to be the same arm. Kathy is the classic story of a hometown girl who made good. She grew up here, she went out into the world and saw a lot of stuff and succeeded, and then came back home to settle down and enjoy everything life has to offer. And I know retirement's, you're just gonna be as successful at retirement as you have been and everything else. So, I want you to know, I'm really gonna miss you. If you get bored, come on back. I'm sure we'll have stuff for you to do.
What about those retired annuitants?
Well, I wasn't gonna pay you.
Where you go, Catherine?
Oh, another one. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much. Okay, this is a certificate for Donna Humphrey, an appreciation for your 10 years of employment with the County of Lassen. We, the Lassen County Board of Supervisors, would like to take this opportunity to present you with this certificate of recognition and thank you for your time, efforts, and commitment.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you.
If I could say a couple words about Donna, I'm working with Donna, I'm Pam Cross, I'm the Director of Behavioral Health. And although I've only been here a year with the department, I've rapidly learned who in the department is just rock solid, steady, and you can count on in a constantly changing environment. You know, crisis is our name over there, and at any moment in the hour. And Donna is one of the planks in the foundation that we count on because she just stays rock solid. What works through it, never says I can't, I won't, I'm on lunch, whatever it takes to do that. And our appreciation as a department comes from every member of the department. We want to extend that to you, that we appreciate your work so much. So,
Thank you, Pam.
thank you.
Thank you, Donna. Okay, we have a certificate for Ray Berkey, in appreciation for your 10 years of employment with the County of Lassen. We, the Lassen County Board of Supervisors, would like to take this opportunity to present you with a certificate of recognition and thank you for your time, efforts, and commitment.
Ray did not make it in today, but I'd like to just say he's our foreman for District 1, which is our Westwood area. Does an excellent job for us over there. Right now he's actually without 2 positions, so he's very busy and doing a great job. He's had a couple pretty light years for snow, but that's his big job during the normal winter time.
Well, thank you, Larry.
You bet. I'll make sure you get that.
Okay, this is for Emily Wielder. Okay. For her benefit, I'd just like to read it into the record. For Emily Wilder, in appreciation for your 10 years of employment with the County of Lassen, we, the Lassen County Board of Supervisors, would like to take this opportunity to present you with a certificate of recognition and thank you for your time, efforts, and commitment. A certificate for Jennifer Cozy. 20 years. She's here. You should be. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi there, how are you?
Good. In appreciation for your 20 years of employment with the County of Lassen, we, the Lassen County Board of Supervisors, would like to take this opportunity to present you with a certificate of recognition, and thank you for your time, efforts, and commitment. Thank you. You don't have
Actually, it took 28 years.
I'm going to say a few words about Jennifer. And yes, it did take 28 years because she came to work for us and left and came back, and I think she did that twice. Oh, 3 times. Well, I've had the pleasure of her working in my unit for the last 5 years, and you can't ask for a more dedicated, hardworking, pleasant, fun to be around person. So couldn't do it without you. And she's getting her BA degree here soon, so I'm afraid she's going to leave me.
Okay, another 20-year award. Certificate is presented. Shirley, hi. Congrats.
Thank you.
Shirley, in appreciation for your 20 years of employment with the County of Lassen, we, the Lassen County Board of Supervisors, would like to take this opportunity to present you with a certificate of recognition and thank you for your time, efforts, and commitment.
Thank you very much.
I've had the pleasure of being Shirley's supervisor the last couple of years in children's services and behavioral health. And Shirley is just a wonderful employee and a wonderful person. She has a very unique role, and she works with our youngest children, the most vulnerable population in the county. She's worked with hundreds of children through the years, and so many of those children have benefited immensely from her efforts. She has a real talent and a real gift with young children. She also works with the parents on parenting, and that is so important for young children to have parents get their parenting skills turned around and become positive parents. So she's an extremely unique and valuable employee, and we're so excited to have her and appreciate all that she's done for so many of the children in this county. It's a real honor to have her in our department. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Very nice.
Thank you very much. Kimberly Perkins.